There's lots and lots of articles that are coming out now about the IRS trying to hack into these cryptocurrency cold wallets, especially Bitcoin. And the IRS is getting really aggressive on this because they're having trouble ever to try to, unless somebody confesses and gives out their password, they're having a real hard time trying to get in these cryptos. And there was an article that came out, I think it'd be real interesting for you to hear. It's from Ray Dalio. It came out on CNBC not too long ago. And I think you need to really take heed on this. Also, if you get a chance, if you are making at least 150,000 US dollars a year or you got a net worth at least 1 million US and you want to legally get your income taxes to zero, or how to get a second passport as quick as 2 months, do 3 things. Hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen here and you get new videos as they come out automatically. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And number 3 is go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, and just ask for some help. Okay, now Ray Dalio stated that the government is probably going to outlaw Bitcoin, and he's saying it's a real good probability that this is probably going to happen. Billionaire investor Ray Dalio, founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater Associates, thinks Bitcoin may have a similar fate as gold did back in the U.S. in the 1930s. Back in the 30s, in the war years, because cash and bonds were such bad investments relative to other things, there was the movement to those other things, and then the government outlawed them. And he's talking about the outlawed gold. That's why outlawing Bitcoin is a good probability, he said. Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency in terms of market value, has proven itself as its blockchain hasn't been hacked, and it has a large following. Dalio said it's an alternative storehold of wealth. It's like a digital cash, and those are the pluses. So he said that I think that it would be very likely that you will have to, under a certain set of circumstances, outlaw the way gold was outlawed, Dalio said. And Dalio explained that every country treasures its monopoly on controlling the supply and demand. They don't want other monies to be operating or competing because things can get out of control. He gave an example of India and its efforts to ban cryptocurrency. But I think you're going to see more and more countries do this. This is the thing right here. It's going to be kind of like that frog in the frying pan. It's going to be slowly done over a period of time. Now, whether it could be effectively banned in the U.S. is another story. I don't know, he stated. I'm not an expert on that, Dalio said, but there is a whole way. My understanding, he states that from people who are in government surveillance and so on, is yes, they can track it. They can know who's dealing with it. They might not be able to seize your money, but they can find out that you got it. Okay, that's the thing. They might even come out with some sort of law where they, if they can get hold of your cold wallet, just basically take that. If they find out that you got it and you're not reporting it. But he went on to say that, however, James Ledbetter, editor of FinTech newsletter, Fin, and CNBC, contributor previously told CNBC, make it that it's quite difficult for the government to effectively ban Bitcoin. Although there's concern or risk around regulation of Bitcoin, I don't think even a concerted effort among different countries and different central banks could actually shut down Bitcoin. Ledbetter said, I don't think that's technologically possible, but there are ways that Bitcoin could be regulated. While he hasn't mentioned a ban, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell has repeatedly warned against cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. They're highly volatile and therefore not really useful stores of value. And they're not backed by anything, Powell said during a virtual panel discussion on digital banking on Monday. It's more of a speculative asset that's essentially a substitute for gold rather than for the dollar. Dalio has previously addressed the government banning Bitcoin in a January post titled "What I Think of Bitcoin" on the Bridgewater Associates website. Dalio wrote that although he is not a Bitcoin cryptocurrency expert, he stated that I suspect that Bitcoin's biggest risk is being successful, because if it's successful, the government will try to kill it, and they have a lot of power to succeed. Dalio also wrote a better alternative to Bitcoin would likely come along and displace it because this is the way the evolution of everything works, he said. I see that as a risk also. Folks, I think if the IRS is aggressively trying to come in and they're trying to hack into people's Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies and they can't do it, they're not successful, they've got one or two options because the debt's growing bigger and bigger. They're either going to have to come out with a national sales tax and scrap the income tax, have a system like St. Kitts and Nevis has got that has no income tax, no capital gains tax, no estate tax, no inheritance tax, or they're going to outlaw the cryptocurrency. I think outlawing the cryptocurrency would be a lot easier than coming out with a national sales tax. For the government, not for me. I would think it'd be a lot easier to come out with a national sales tax and scrap the income tax, but that's not the way the government feels, okay? So if this happens, you're going to see cryptocurrencies drop a lot. How much it's going to drop, I don't know, but my suggestion is if you got a lot of money in cryptocurrencies, I would be cashing at least some of it out and diversifying. And if you're sick and tired of the tax system, folks, there's other alternatives too. You can relinquish your U.S. citizenship. If you're from another country, this high tax country that taxes its residents on their worldwide income, just move, okay? In the U.S., you can move and then qualify for the foreign overseas exclusion. If you want to go further and dissolve all taxes, you're going to have to relinquish your U.S. citizenship. These are the choices that I would try to make. But if you've made a lot in cryptocurrency, I would be taking some of this out and diversifying it. Don't put all your money in cryptocurrency. I see so many people that are doing that because they're trying to get it away from the government. And in essence, you could lose it all. I mean, this is something you need to think about. Also, if you get a chance, if you will hit the subscribe button on the right of your screen right here, you get new videos as they come out automatically. And I would like to hear from you. If you got a question or comment, put it below. And if you want to learn more on this, on how to legally get your income taxes to zero, how to get a second passport as quick as 2 months, go to our website, www.citizenshipquickly.com, hit that top bar that says apply with us, fill out those questions at the bottom, and then hit that button at the bottom that says send it to us. We'll get back with you. We deal with a lot of citizenship by investment and residency by investment countries all over the world. And I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take care.